Hello everyone, how are we all? Hope you're all doing well. This is a stream that I wasn't intending to make because what I'm going to be doing is I am basically going to be streaming the replay of the TBO challenge that I've participated in. So we're going to look at the qualifying, the sprint race, which is 12 laps, and also the feature race, all from my perspective. So let's click play and we'll get into the qualifying. So here we are at the National West Hill with the chicane. It's a custom made track. You can see all of the drivers coming out right now. You'll see me coming out in just a few seconds. There I am in the Gum Garage car. We all have to line up as the pit exit was closed at this time. As you can see, it's just lining up ready to go. I think we have about a minute until qualifying gets underway. I will change the thumbnail later because I think at the moment it's something else. So our name format had to be different. We had to have our number, then your real name basically, so that's why my name might be different. So as we all just get ready to go. "30 seconds to qualifying." "10 seconds to qualifying." And now the pit exit is open and we get to qualifying. And there you can see the Gum Garage car, me. And we go out. Ready for qualifying? So the format was you could only do 2 flying laps. I only did 2 laps. Quite happy with my time. But you'll see where I placed. Going a bit wide there as the car felt a little weird. Tapped the barrier there. It was only an outlap, so I was thinking about pitting. I did do that eventually, but I didn't at the moment. Going down to a tricky braking zone there because from the left-hander downhill, the back of the car gets unsettled. And it takes you a while to regain traction and then brake for that left-hander. Luckily, I think we got through that quite nicely. It caught me out a few times during the races though. I think we had about 37 runners, which was a great turnout as it was the first round. One of probably the hardest braking zones and trickiest corners there on the track. On the right, that's not too bad. This is probably one of the trickiest parts of the circuit, the chicane. You do not really want to go touching those curbs, otherwise you will literally bounce off them and possibly topple your car, which did happen a few times in the race. There I am going round the final corner, ready to start my first flying lap, which I didn't actually complete, as you'll see. Nice and steady, power to the metal, across the line, and we start our first timed lap. As I said, we didn't complete it. This is one of the trickiest braking parts for me, although I did get it done quite nicely. But then the next few corners, he just caught me out. This one, fine. Dropped down to third gear, hooked to the left, out to the right. A car went off there. The number 39 car. Down there. You really need to just swing it in. And then brake. The number 99 was closely behind me. He had better pace than me, for sure. Number 30 there. And this is where I kind of aborted my lap, because as you saw with the braking zone, the number 99 just tapped me. As both of us just misjudged our braking zone, and yeah, I was kind of thinking, should I complete this lap? At least I think I aborted it and went to do it again. First few time laps, the number 44 there, getting a 155.9. The number 72 car going quicker in an XRT with a 154.9.55. Number 26 and number 24 all getting timed laps as well, and that's when I pitted. And I come out, so I'll try and find my car there. Here I am. Drive-through penalty, as I did misjudge the speed a little bit there. And then we just go and try and find my car again. There we go. You can see a few more cars putting in times. The number 18 car currently the quickest with a 154.45. I'm going to try and say the names as they at the end, because I do have the results here. The number 96 coming in with a quicker time, a 153.9. They qualified P4 though overall. Once we finish the qualifying, you can see I was just getting blue flagged as there were cars on a flying lap. I was on the grass and gravel for a bit there, as the blue flag caught me out a little bit. Going down here as well, I just wanted to make sure I didn't get in anyone's way. So there, stayed wide, let him past. I think he also misjudged my braking zone there as well a little bit. And I just let the number 29 car go. Through the left-hander. It's a little tricky through that corner, because if you go flat out, yes, you'll place your car when you need to, but on exit, you'll just go off into the grass. And if you lift, you won't even make it to the exit. It's a little weird. So you just need a little lift, not too much, so you can just place yourself onto the exit. Just getting a bit of warmth in the tyres. Bit of oversteer there. Bit of helped the rear tyres a little bit to get a bit of heat. The front left takes a beating on this track with the FXO car. That's why some of the people were electing to go with different cars. We only have the turbo cars here, which is the RB4, FXO and XRT. The number 30 car with the quickest lap of the session so far, and is on provisional pole. And here I come to start my next timed lap, and I think these ones I actually completed. Number 98 car there, going a bit quicker, but is still 3.16 seconds off the pole time. the 156.32. You can see me there going through the left-hander. It's quite a hard corner, that is, to keep your car planted through there. Here, just tab on the brakes, a dab on the brakes, swing it in, and it should hopefully be good. Drop down a couple of gears, through to the left. Through the left-hander. A little lift there, just didn't get onto the exit as I planned, but still got there okay, I guess. Through the left-hander. And just trying to keep this clean. The number 69 car has just put in a timed lap. And the qualifying results are about to go off the screen. We did have a massive turnout for the first round. What's it going to be like for the next rounds? Here I was just mainly focusing on my braking zone for the next corner. I started to brake as the curb on the right hand side appeared, and that gave me some good traction. So coming through to complete my first timed lap, I decided to go for another one because you are allowed to. So my first timed lap put me right at the back with a 158.9.68, and that was my quickest time. Put me in 30th position at the moment. Let's see if I can go quicker. But I don't... No, I didn't go quicker, did I? I don't know. I didn't see how I didn't go quicker on my second lap, because I actually thought the second lap was actually better than the first. I didn't feel like I made too many mistakes on the second lap, which is kind of weird. Going through the tricky right-handers there. Left hand there, and that's what I meant. If you just go flat out, you'll touch the grass a little bit and unsettle the back and unsettle the rear of the car. Through the left-hander, which is a very tricky corner, but not as tricky as getting the chicane right. That's the number 27 car getting out the way, so thank you to him for not getting in my way. Tricky corners there, keep it tight, but don't touch the curbs. I touched the curbs a few times, but mainly on the entry there. I didn't flip my car in any race. The number 14 car putting in the quickest time of the session, and actually the pole time overall. Isaac Price, the number 14 from Wales, racing for Chad Esports. I didn't actually know that the Live for Speed qualifying thing did that, so you're not going to actually even see me on there. And that's when I pitted my lap and didn't go out because I'd done all of my timed laps, and I went back down into P32. So here's Isaac Price, the pole sitter. You can just see how eager he is to get the time, and he aborted his lap. The number 69 car here, Sebastian Giossetti, if that's how you pronounce your name. I am really sorry if it isn't. You can just see where he places his car. Much better than me. I've dropped down into now P33. You can see how better they are just going through the chicane there. Number 43 here. Currently in P13. Touch the curbs a little bit there. You can avoid touching the curbs on entry, but on exit do not touch them because you will flip your car. And you'll see with a few incidents we have during the race. Whether the replay will catch that, we'll wait and see. It probably won't catch it, but you'll see the aftermath of it. Number 16 here. You can just see how eager he is to get on with it, you know. That number 43 car improving their position by 1. Six minutes left of this qualifying session. Through the right hander, the number 16 car goes. Through the chicane. Dab on the brakes and just hook it into the corners and hope for traction. The number 13 car there getting out of the way. Currently in 30th position. I'm now in 34th position. I did qualify back of the pack. Is the number 16 going to improve their time? They're currently 31st. Coming through to the lap, and they improve their lap, but they don't improve their position. The number 88 car, Sean Lee, out now. I remember his Lee. I remember his name, and he touched the curbs there, and as you can see, it just bounces your car up and down. So you really don't want to touch those curbs. Going through the left-hander. Haven't put in a time lapse so far, so what's this going to be and where's it going to put them? Coming to the line. Good speed there. Oh, and that was actually their out lap. So off they go for a timed lap, and hopefully they will get a time on the board. Let's stick with the number 88 for the rest of this lap and see what they do. You can just see how confident he is in the car, just throwing it into the corner. Better than I was doing. They must have had a good setup and just believed that the car could stick to the track. You could just see there how confident he is, just swinging it into the corner. Getting a bit of oversteer there for good measures as well. Through the left there, through the right, good speed. Snapping a bit of oversteer, whether it helped him or not. By the looks of it, I think he had a bit of camber on his tyres, which maybe helped him. Is it the camber? Will the tyres lean into the car? Looks like he's got a bit of that. Through the right. Taking more of the curb than everyone else has done. What's he going to do through the chicane? Touches the curb. It just unsettles the car. But it gets him through nonetheless. Going down the back straight. Quite long this one. Brakes about the same as me, but takes him more speed there. Look at him. Through the left-hander. And now just power it to the line. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 1:54.62, which puts him 13th. And he's going to be very happy with that. We'll see if he goes for another run. I don't think he did. Anyone else? The number 67 here. Currently 29th. Is he going to improve on his current time? No, he doesn't. See if anyone else is on track. Number 27 here. Jeffin. currently 12th. He's on an outlap. Isaac Price, just getting some bit more practice in, I think. Who else is out? Number 13 here, currently 4th. On a timed lap as well. Let's go and see what he does. 2 minutes remaining of the session. Let's see if any of these drivers can improve on their times. If they haven't hit the two timed lap limit, I'm now down in 37th, the final position, as I didn't get a very good time. Swinging it into the left-hander there with good speed. And just floors it now. The pit exit is closed. To the line. What's it going to be? He improves and goes third fastest as well, with a 1:53.42. Great lap there. Another driver just flew up the order as well there, I just saw. Jeff in here about to start a timed lap. We'll go on board for him. We should go on board. Let's see what he does. In 5th gear to the left of the track. Brakes just over the bump. Swings it in. Good speed there. Through the left. Drops down to 4th. I was using 3rd. But he is in a RB4. And I was in an FXI. You had to have 2%. You had to have no percent air intake restriction on the RB4, as I'm aware. 2% on the XRT and 6% on the FXI. Through the left-hander with good speed there. Through to the right. Going quite deep into that corner. I think he maybe misjudged his braking point there. He's currently 12th though. If he can improve on his time, I'm sure he'll be happy about that. I think this is the last of the running cars. Takes the apexes of that chicane perfectly there. I'm sure he gained a lot of time there. Going down the long back straight for one of the heaviest braking points of the track. Through the left. And it will come through to the line with a timed lap of a 1:54.53, which improves his time but doesn't improve his position. You can see people there just waiting to go out. We all had to apparently be on the track. So that's the end of qualifying, so I'll run down the order. In pole position is Isaac Price. Next, the number 30 car of Yoni Katila, if that's how you pronounce your name. Followed by the number 13, Paulie Peltonkengas, if that's how you pronounce your name. Then the number 96 car of... give me a moment. Vyutastus Lakugas, if that's how you say your name. I am really sorry if that's how you don't pronounce some of these names. Then the number 86 car of Cathal Crawkin. And the number 18 car Kaiki Pirapo. And the number 87 Nico Puntola. Number 72nd Pedro Picano. And the number 96 car of Sebastian Giorciti. Honestly, I do apologise if some of these names aren't correct. And the number 80 car of Jeremy Zanella. And the number 42 car Oscar Hardwick. Number 27 car Jeffin Jacob. Number 19, Premek. I'm really sorry, I can't pronounce that last name. Then the number 88 car, Sean Lee. Number 99, Bozida Velinov. And the number 43, Danielle Bala. Number 4, Yari Katila. Number 50, Andre Araujo. And the number 25 car, Ayub, however you say that last name, I'm really sorry. Then the number 31 car, Timu Soini. Number 27 car, Cristobal Gonzalez. If that's how you pronounce your name. We'll get into the first race in a minute. Then the number 29 car. Oh, we just read that. Then the number 24 car. Number 20, and then the number 34th. I'm gonna not pronounce the names anymore because I am really bad at pronouncing them. Then the number 44 car, followed by the number 47, then 26, then 66th car, and the 39, 98, 67, 73, 46, 16, 17th, 95th, number 5, and then finally my car, the number 20, in last position. Let's go into the sprint race, the first round. Let's go to me at the back. Oh, the thing actually looks good there. So we start off with a formation lap. The number 5 car actually started behind me. Formation lap has started. The cars behind were the safety car and medical car, basically. So they're not in the race. Just try and ignore those cars if you can. Off we go for the formation lap. You can see immediately me just trying to get temps into my tyres. Only starting 33rd as well on the grid. What I'm guessing how I got promoted to that place is some cars were actually starting, had a pit lane start. Don't know what happened with the number 5 car. Probably late entry or something. You can see the number 17 car there, starting from the pit lane. I think another car joins the pit lane as well. The number 46 car, I think that is. The pit exit is closed as they are starting from the pit lane. Excuse the frame rate because there is a load of cars here. Just trying to warm the tyres. Just going around the corners, just mainly just to learn the cars, because obviously now we have fueled the cars up with a bit more fuel than we did in qualifying, so then we can actually do and complete the full 12 laps. No, I think that includes this formation lap. I actually cannot remember. I think it is classed as the start of the race. So actually you could knock one lap off that. But we fuel the cars up to go to 12 laps because this lap is included in the fuel of our car. And then I think along the back straight I did some major tyre warming here. I touched the curb there, which I was a little bit scared about if I was going to flip my car on the formation lap, which would have been embarrassing. As you can see me there just weaving left and right, trying to get temps into the tyres. So then I was ready to go racing, and as you'll see from the start, it paid off. At this point I was kind of nervous about what if I pull into the wrong position slot, because you had to go back into your position slot. I was a bit worried if I was going to get the wrong one. So I just slowed down and just saw what the car in front was doing. I stopped in the box behind the car I was following. I remembered that I was on the right side. So as you can see, they're just going very slowly because neither of us knew where we needed to stop. We'll actually judge my stopping position as well, because I don't know how good I was. I think this is my stopping position. Oh, I'd actually judged that quite well, actually. I think that's the position I should have been in, but then I moved forward. And I actually think that's a pretty good stopping position. Maybe just a little bit over. But yeah, the number 5 car is actually in front of me now, which I don't think he should have been. But we'll get started. The lights were coming on. You couldn't see them. But here we go. 12 laps ahead of this Grand Prix, this sprint race. All the cars revving their engines. Lights out and away we go. Well, green flag is out and away we go. And as you can see there, I just got a stonking starter there from the back of the grid, making up load of positions. Just trying to get ahead of these guys, as you can see. I just got a great start from there. Don't know how. Coming up to the first turn, brake. Take it through the right. Just trying to keep out of any carnage, which I did. It was all clean, thankfully, through turn 1. And as you can just see here, the straight line speed I had was just incredible. Getting past the number 67 car there. The number 44 car going wide there and onto the gravel, and he bogged down a little bit. I think I got past him as well, as you can see there. And then through the left-hander, the number 44 car there, getting past him. Actually, I think it was the 31 car that went onto the gravel. But then the 44 car just able to keep their nose in there, but I just made it done. The number 26 car there going wide and onto the grass. And I just got past him as well, but went onto the grass there with a little bit of oversteer, and the 26 car I think got past, and the number 44 car, and maybe the number 67 as well. But we go through the left-hander. I'm still in front of the number 67 car at the moment, and still trying to chase down the number 44 car. Obviously, here at Gum Garage, we don't care about positions, we don't care about lap times, it's just clean racing here, and I think so far I have kept it clean. No one flipped their car, thankfully, through the first time going through the chicane. And the lap actually, on the lap counter, didn't count, actually. Okay, so I know that, so we did actually have 12 laps. Through the left-hander there. Number 66 car there going a little wide. I didn't have enough speed though to get past him as we go down to turn 1 for the second lap. But as you can see, up into 28th position. I think I actually gained another position on this lap, if I can remember. So as you can see, just trying to chase down the number 66 car, having good straight line speed there, going through the left-hander. Just trying to keep my car in the fray, or in the pack, however you want to say it. Through the left-hander, just making sure I didn't cause too many lockups. Just trying to keep the gears as well, just trying to shift at the optimal time and not getting engine damage. I think I picked up slight engine damage. As you can see, really close to the number 66 car now. One of the cars sounding their horn there, maybe in frustration. Number 39 car is actually catching me and actually tapped me a little bit, which offset me on my line, but actually helped me to get past the 66 car, as you can see, up into 27th position and trying to chase down the number 44 car. Through the chicane, clean again, no one flipped their car, I don't think. So we're all good. Going down to the final couple of corners. The number 66 car there, nearly collecting me, but didn't. That corner there really isn't a corner for these cars, it's just flat out and turn. .159 lap time there for that. Onto the third lap in 27th position. And I was loving it inside of that car. I was like thinking, if I keep this, what a race that would have been. But the number 66 car is keeping up with me. Might get past me here if I don't judge my braking zone correctly. And as you can see, went a little deep and allowed the number 66 car to get his nose in there. The old switcheroo, and by what it looks like, he is going to complete that. Not at the moment, just staying ahead. Getting onto the grass, and I think that's when I lost the position. Maybe going into this braking zone. Maybe. Could have been 3 wide there going into that corner. As you can see, I just went deep and I got passed by the 39 car, 66 car, the 46 car, the 73 car, and maybe the 95 car. Going into this final corner, yes, the 95 is just ahead and actually cut me off a little bit there, and I just slammed on my brakes there. And as you can see, the number 69 car there, I think it is, flipping their car through the chicane. Looking at the replay, that was caused by me there. As you can see there, the car 46 and 95 under investigation. There. So we do have a car flipped, I think, and we have a safety car deployed there to recover that flipped car. So how this worked is that the safety car, the person running the safety car would collect the leader and be a safety car effectively, and the medical car would go over to the car that's flipped. Would basically tell the race director what needed to be done, what did the drivers need to do to avoid making the problem worse. And because they flipped at the chicane, we had to keep to the left of the chicane. Going wide there under safety car conditions, which I was a bit surprised about, but there's no overtaking during the safety car period. So they got onto the curb a lot going through the entry, and that just flew the car. And I'm now down in 32nd position, thanks to a bit of a going deep into the corner, the hairpin turn just ahead. Went a little bit deep and cost me a few positions. So we had to keep left out of the chicane, which the leaders have already done. So you can see how much time I've just lost from the first 4 laps of this race. And as we go through here, you'll see the aftermath of that crash. I slowed down here Made sure that I kept it to the left, and as you can see, that's the car on its roof. Number 67 car, maybe. Stephen Martin. And I think they told the driver to spectate. Yeah, to the number 67 car, and indeed it joined the spectators. So we all caught up to the safety car, and then the safety car will be in this lap. Actually exciting for me, because I'd never known like what a safety car would be like in Need for Speed. As you can see there, the notification the safety car will be in this lap. The virtual safety car wasn't brought out at all during both races. It may be in the next round, but hasn't been in this round. We only had the full safety car. So the virtual safety car would be, I guess, if a driver retired from damage or out of fuel and just parked up somewhere, that's probably when the virtual safety car would come out. Going through the left-hander there, just trying to get... This mindset going into this race was just have fun, really. Like, I didn't care if I was at the back. But from that start, I was feeling quite confident. But then ever since, I was just trying to keep up with the cars. And I think my mentality kind of changed a little bit to like think, right, let's just try and get past here. And I think that forced me into a few mistakes. But at the moment we were under safety car conditions. Mounting the curb there, but luckily I didn't flip my car. Oh, and there, what I saw from my view is that the 95 car just stopped suddenly in front of me. And honestly, I think I should have got a penalty for that, for causing a collision. The front of my car is like a pancake. It's super flat. The number 95's car's rear didn't look too good. Green flags here though, but I should have got a penalty there. Neither of us pitted though, because, well, I just decided I would have lost more time in the pits than I would have in the race, and I think this is when I started to lose a bit of time. But as you can see here, trying to make a move in the 95, but that door slowly closes and I wasn't quick enough to pull it off either. But still keeping with him, both of us with a bit of damage, but I think it's just cosmetic damage for the visuals. It doesn't actually affect the aerodynamics, I don't think. It doesn't affect anything in terms of driving. Maybe a little bit, but not by much. But over a course of like an endurance race, that would be like an entire lap. If this was an endurance race, I probably would have pitted. You can see getting passed there by the number 17 car and the number 73 car there. As I found my steering being a little weird, but as you can see there, getting past the number 73 car again, a little contact made. But all clean so far. Mounting the curb there, but didn't tilt my car, but as you can see, that didn't do well for the car, and I just lost a bit of time. And then here goes the number 73 with another look. I close the door, try and be a bit defensive, go to the left, number 73 car goes to the right. I stay on my defensive line, but as you can see, the speed of the 73 car there was okay. I just managed to come out on top, but then going onto the straight, 73 car just winds it up gets in the slipstream, moves to the left, and it is basically job done for him. And I think this is when I had a bit of a issue going into the first turn. As you can see, went behind him, went into the inside, broke a little bit late, and a bit of contact made there. It wasn't actually too much damage than I thought, actually, but I just let him go. But let too many people through there as I got passed by the number 31 car and the number 16 car. Whether they knew what I was doing letting the 73 car go, as I felt my lunge was just a little bit reckless, so I just let him through there. Going to the left-hander now and the right-hander. I think my mentality now at this point was just keep it on the track. Don't lunge it, don't do anything stupid, don't go into it, just keep it contained. And as you can see there, the car 46 and the 95 car getting drive-through penalties for their incidents. But I think this is when we had another issue at the chicane, and I saw this one unfold. So I was coming through the final corner, as you can see there, the number, which car was that? The number 73 car mounted the curb and just flew, and I saw that unfold. So what I did when I basically saw that car in the air, airborne, slammed on the brakes, took a second to see what had happened and then know where to place my car to make sure that I didn't get involved in any of that. And we do have another safety car. I didn't know what I should have done, because I saw that car immediately and I wondered if I should have told the race director that we should need a safety car here. But I just knew that the race director would soon see it and cause the safety car. As you can see there, the number 95 car going in to serve his drive-through penalty, but he isn't allowed to do that, so he still had to serve his penalty. Although it does say penalty cleared. Remember, maybe he'll receive another one. I remember, because I remember he did another drive-through penalty. The other car that had the penalty hasn't come in, so they are still good. And as you can see there, the race director just telling the number 95 car penalty cannot be served under the safety car, and gives the 95 car, actually the 95 car disconnects, and the number 68 car got his penalty cleared. So I don't know what happened on that behalf. Maybe he got it added back again? I am not too sure. That was a number 73 car, I think. No, the number F5 car, sorry. Going wide there out of the last corner. And again, we had to keep to the left of this, out of exiting the chicane. So to the right, then keep it on the left. And as you can see there, the car sideways, and his race was ruined. And he was told to spectate, which, as you'll see in a moment, hopefully, once all of the cars have gone through, the race director or the medical guard does indeed say for them to spectate, and they do indeed comply. And the safety car will be in this lap. And at this point, with two safety cars, I was kind of like thinking, okay, I get that they need a safety car, but why have it out for only 2 laps? Why not just put out a virtual safety car for something like that? Like, do you really need like a safety car like that? It kind of got me a little bit weird. I guess to make sure that everyone complied with it, I guess then they did need it. But other than that, we'll continue with the race. Luckily, I didn't cause any carnage on the back straight before the green flags, so I was good on that behalf. As you can see there, we're all just trying to get temps in our tyres. My front rears were looking slightly worn, but nothing to be concerned about. Through the left-hander of the chicane, and kept it clean. Green flag here, so the race has restarted. There's the number 24 car there, and the number 29 car has been turned around there. That's their race pretty much done. And as they rejoin, as you can see, a few cars going down the order as they got caught out. There's a car there going into the pits. The number 50. Whether it was because of damage, or maybe they just needed some more fuel. Maybe a change of tyres. I was very handy and fueled the car up enough to finish the race with. So you can see there me having a great scrap with the number 24 car, but I think they got it done. In the next few corners, as you can see there, we are pretty much side by side, me just in front, maybe by like a car length, and as you can see there, the number 24 car there, just getting there side by side. And I loved that heat there. The number 99 car has just received a warning as well. Going into the hairpin turn here. The left-hander. Through the right. And then to the tricky chicane. Mounting the curb a little bit there. Mounting the left curb there, but not too much, as I would have flipped my car there. 2 laps to go. In this very exciting race at the moment, in 13th position, and at this point my mental, my kind of like my brain was kind of like saying keep it clean, just drive the circuit rather than race, which is exactly what I did. So I kind of like backed off a little bit, just took a deep breath, relaxed, and just brought the car home mainly. And that was a car behind me going into the pits. Both cars actually that were behind me going into the pits. I didn't realise the gap was that big, as I didn't know that they went into the pits. I thought they were semi behind me, but then I looked at the map, because I had the map open, and they weren't actually there. So this is when I kind of said, said to myself, right, let's just keep it on the track. Let's not go into heats. Let's not do anything. Just keep it on the track. So I slowed down a little bit more than I did for some corners to, well, keep it on the track. That's going to be the phrase of the day. Through the left-hander there. Nice exit there, if I'm being honest. Braking there just as the curb appears on the right hand side. Swung it in. Going through the right-hander before the tricky chicane, which has caught a couple of drivers out from this race at the moment. Going down the long back straight, and the leader will be on their final lap. So we are on the final lap of this race. And I just wanted to bring it home, as I've said many times. Onto the final lap of the race. Swing it into the right. A little bit off there, but was okay as there weren't any cars really behind me that were near. Through the left. Car stuck to the track like a treat. Swung it into the left-hander. The car actually did stay planted to the circuit quite a lot through the races, so the downforce was good. At some points it was a little bit understeery, but I was going pretty quick around some of the corners, to be fair, so can't really blame the car for that, just blame my terrible driving. Through the left there. Could maybe have done with a bit more downforce going through that corner. Through the hairpin there. Nicely. Down here. It's a tricky downhill braking there going into that right-hander before the deathly chicane. 1, 2. Good. Very clean. And Isaac Price, the number 14 car, has won, followed by the number 96, number 13, number 30, and the number 18, then the number 42, 87, 88, 86, 19, number 80, 72, 27, 34, 43, 99, then the number 4 car, then the number 80, 98 car, then the number 26 car, 39th car, 25th car, 44th car, 47th car, 66th car, 24th car, 46th car, 31st car, 16th car, 17th car, 20th car, which is me. Oh, I need a drink after that, saying all of those car numbers. And I think we have a couple more drivers still out on track, ready to finish their races as well. So as you can see there, all of us just, starting to slow down, trying to recap what happened in the race. The top 3 cars went to the start-finish straight, and the rest of the cars went into the pits. So behind me, the number 50 car, then the number 5 car, and I think we still have one more car to go, which will be the number 29 car. As you can see there, the number 29 car. As we all just complete our in laps. The leader completed the leader's quickest lap was a 1:53.58, which was the quickest lap of the session. And I finished 34 seconds after the leader. And at this point I was actually having an interview with Sim Broadcasts, the amazing team that broadcast these races live with live commentary, better commentary than me, And there we go. So let's go to the feature race. Let's load it in here. Starting P30 from this one, as that's when I finished, as that is where I finished my last race. Same thing, formation lap, followed by 20 laps of racing, equivalent to about 45 minutes. Either 45 minutes of racing or 20 laps. And as we start the formation lap, the number 5 car still thinking it's the start of the race and reverses back into his pit box. Car in front timed out for me. It was kind of weird. I think that happened the same on the previous thing as well, which may be why my car and the number 5 car got a bit confused, maybe. But I was ready for this one out after that. After that first race. Apparently I'm in 29th position now. Don't know how that's occurred. Oh wait, yes, because of the car that timed out, which I actually think is behind me now. So I may have stopped in a position that was one position ahead of where I should have been. Number 46 car there doing some serious tyre warming there. It's almost doing like a drift competition, but then I followed him, as you can see there. Just trying to get some temps in there. I was planning to do, just all going very slowly there. Don't know what caused that. And the number 29 car has pulled over. Don't know if he had an issue. But I was planning to do a pit stop in this race, because towards the end of the 12-lap race, the sprint race, my front left tyre was looking quite worn. It was still good to go for a few laps. But I was planning on doing a pit stop, which I never did. And I'll talk about that throughout the race. Again here, just doing a few last second tyre warming strategy things, whatever you want to call it. Just trying to make sure that the tyres and brakes are ready to go. Me and the 46 car doing the exact same sequence, going left and right, just trying to get the best tyre temps possible. And then lining up on the grid. And we will get started for the second race of the TBO challenge, round 1. 20 laps ahead of us. Number 46 car there. I think we're supposed to go into the space where I was. Again, pretty good stopping position there. As the lights come on, obviously you can't see the lights because the virtual lights things have already come on. From this one we kind of had like a display of the lights on red, and then as they went green we started to race. So here we go. The lights are on, car's revving. Lights out and away we go. Again here, getting a pretty okay start, but I did bog down probably a couple of positions A drag race, 5 wide there for a moment. And I just slotted there into 29th position, just ahead of the 39 car, but behind the 46 car. But then, as you can see there, I tried to go for the move on the 46 car, and the door shortly closed, so I just backed out of that one. And they got passed by the 69 car and the 67 car. And I think I got passed by many others as well. The 73 car now having a go. And I just got a bit of oversteer going into there. Now being chased down by the number 23 as I try and keep with the 73 car. It's going around the number 67 car, and now I'm battling with the 67 car. Bit of carnage here. I get past the number 67 car, back into 33rd position. 31st car goes a little bit wide there, and I think that opens up my chance, but the number 23 car is there on my inside. Kept it wide here, and he does indeed get that job done. The number 31 car actually kept in front of me as well. But I keep chasing them down. 31 car may see my opportunity here, as I keep right on his bumper through the left-hander, and he's just a little bit quicker off that corner. And now the 67 car is gaining on me, and I really didn't want to spoil his day, so I just kept on my line and let him do the lunge, which he does go for. He does get beside me, so I just leave him the space. Probably should have gave him a bit more space, but I could see from my radar that he did have space. So you can see there, the 67 car again just getting past me. A little bit of contact there. And again, I just let him through again. I just back off and let him through, as again made a little bit of contact, and I think he should have kept that position really, because he was past me, and then I just made a bit of contact, so I just let him go. I didn't really want his day to be destroyed anymore, even though that his day may not have been destroyed, but yeah, I just let him go because I'm a gentleman like that. Number 16 car now is having a go with me. I just try and stay ahead in 34th position, so I drop down 4 positions from where I originally started. Tricky braking zone into the hairpin. Does he make a lunge? No, not yet. Does he try for it now? No, he doesn't. I do have a bit of a good exit speed here. Mounting the curb there a little bit, which does offset my car a little bit, but still didn't flip it, which is good. Through the left-hander here. Going on to lap 3 of the 20 laps that are here. And again, we did have a 45-minute time limit to complete this race in, which we did. Going through turn 1. No one basically around me, so no real threat there. And as you can see, I've just lost time to the number 67 car, and now just trying to focus on that 16th, on the car 16 behind me. Although I think at this stage I was just focused on getting the car through the corners at the moment, because the cars are a little bit heavier than they were in the sprint races. There's a few more laps. I fueled my car up, even though I was planning to do a pit stop. I was going to only fuel my car up to go to my pit stop window, But then I thought, well, I may not actually even have to pit, so I pitted my car, so I fueled my car up to do 20 laps, maybe a little overfueled the car, but then I knew that I had enough fuel to go to the end with a little bit of extra fuel. So then if I had to pit, all I'd had to do is repair some damage that I may have got on the car and change the tyres. That's it. So I thought I could maybe do with that tactic. Maybe should have changed the tyres, looking back on it, because the front right tyre was looking worn. It didn't look good, but I thought I'd lose more time in the pits than I would have if I stayed out, basically. So going on to start lap 4 of this 20 lap feature race. The last race for the TBO Challenge Round 1. Number 16 car again, just ever so close. They are lapping better than me. I think they were lapping probably around 3/10 better than me, I'm going to estimate. But I am not entirely sure. They are ever so close here. They're definitely much quicker than me. As you can see there, I just went a little bit wide, which let the number 16 car just get that ever bit so close, but still not at a point to make a move. We keep going through the left-hander. The car sticks to the track. Going into the heavy braking zone here. Bring it to the left. Number 16 car again there, ready to make a lunge whenever I make a mistake. Through the right-hander there, again with a very tricky braking zone. Through the chicane, mounting the curbs. Still keeping the car stuck though. You can afford to go over the curbs on entry, as I said, I think in qualifying. You can afford to do it, but just don't go over them like mad. And we have a safety car, as I think a car behind us flipped their car as well. I don't think that was picked up on the camera. I certainly didn't see anything. And I think it is the number 5 car that has sadly flipped. Yes, the number 5 car is the car that is sadly upside down. We only had one safety car this race, which actually surprised me, because I was thinking maybe pitting on the next lap, because I'd gain a bit more time under the safety car. Like I would lose less time pitting under the safety car. But then I thought, well, maybe if there's another incident, it might cause another safety car, and if that safety car comes out, then I will pit. But that didn't happen, and that's when I kind of looked at my tyre graphic and just thought, actually, is it okay to go on to the end? I did make the decision to go on to the end, because I think at this point, the front right tyre was not looking good at all from lap 5, and I think this is when I started to lose the time and lose the position. I didn't get any engine damage on the second race. I just lost time. So maybe I might have gained time looking at it. As you can see, there's the car upside down. So maybe I should have pitted. Maybe I would have gained a bit more time. Again, we had to stick to the left of the track after the chicane. Ask the number 5 car to spectate, which she does. And the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. and we'll go racing. Again, 14 laps to go. Let's see if I can maybe make up a few more positions. I doubt it though, because I've already done it. There we go, there's confirmation. The safety car will be in this lap and we will go racing again. Again, just, I think at this point, because I was looking at my tyre graphic, and the tyres, especially like my front right tyre was looking a little worn, I don't actually think I did much tyre management. I basically just drove the car, as I didn't think they needed warming up, otherwise the front right tyre would have been in puncture territory at around lap 15. It was still within puncture territory, but it was only for like the final 3 laps or so of the race. And I was really hesitant about should I pit, should I stay out, but as I said, I just stayed out. Bit of contact there with the 67 and the 73 car. I let the 67 car and the 73 car go as I needed to, because we were under safety car conditions and I needed to let them go, but at this stage I thought the 73 car was behind me. I thought it was the 16 car that was behind me that made contact, but no, it was actually the 73 car. Now that I look at that replay, it was the 73 car. I thought the 73 car was behind me the entire race, but no, it was actually the 16 car. Green flag then for the front runners. They can get racing. No overtaking until us, the driver, passes the start-finish line. So you can see there, winding up through the last corner and just putting the power down and hopefully get a good run. But as you can see, just not the speed I was wanting. The number 16 car actually gaining on me, so it looks like that they had a bit more straight line speed. Obviously the cars have a better understanding of the circuit now. After doing 12 laps of racing and a qualifying, they should be able to adjust their setup accordingly to what they needed. But here I go, having a look on the number 73. Just not any space there. And again, I just don't have the speed. Maybe through here. No, going a bit deep, and I think I just settled there in P34 and just kept going. And I think at this point, again at the start, I just wanted to get past the cars, really. Like, I was trying to push myself, but then I just remembered, right, it's kind of obvious I'm not going to get past these. Let's just take a deep breath, relax, and just drive the circuit. As you can see there, a car in the background, I think that's the number 17. Not found a bit of time there. The number 66 car is actually stopped, or almost going very slowly there. I don't know what's happened with him. He's not a race director car, so I don't know why he's going super slow there. But here we go, the number 16 car there, going on the inside. I go on the inside to defend my line, but as you can see, he just goes round, has better traction than me, better speed as well. And along the straight, he just gets it done. As you can see there, he just has insane speed. I try and suck in to try and get a bit of slipstream. I go onto the outside there, and I just, after that I was just like thinking, yeah, okay, stay in P34. So behind me is the number 66 car and the number 17 car, and as you can see there, just getting the Turn 3, all wrong there, going super wide there, taking out one of the meter boards for good measure. Luckily didn't pick up any damage, but that was maybe another cause to having a super worn front right tyre towards the end of the race. But luckily we only have 12 laps remaining, the length of basically the sprint race now. And at this point I was kind of debating whether I should pit now for tyres or go on. I decided to go on. Now looking back, I kind of think, well, would it have been the right call to come in for tyres? I think out of the entire race, I think only one person maybe came in for new tyres. Everyone else stayed out. There wasn't a pit stop to be there wasn't like a compulsory pit stop during the races, so you could do the races without any stops, which is what most of the drivers on the grid did. But I think going into the next rounds, I kind of need to think about maybe strategy. Is pitting for new tyres around lap 10 good? Will it gain me time? Will I lose out to it? And again, I don't really think I did as much practice on this circuit as I should have. Because as you can see there, the number 42 car, well actually now just the number 13 car there, in first position, absolutely like controlling the race, certainly like 1:54 lap times, and here I am not able to get a qualifying lap time within a 1:57. So they're 4 seconds ahead of my qualifying time, and they're racing. I think the qualifying time was like a 1:30. It was like a 1:53.2. I think it was. So as you can see me here in P34, just in the state of drive, keep the car on the track, don't go into corners. As you can see there though, actually I think I suffered a bit of a lock up there, just trying to keep it to the right of the track and hopefully trying to just open up the corner there, open up the hairpin a bit. Had so many nations in this race as well. It was fantastic. Onto the long back straight. Turning in, as I said, just trying to keep the car on the track, not trying to, go into corners at record breaking speeds. Just making sure I make the corner and, well, finish the race. Turn 1, clean. Let's jump on board. So this is exactly what I was seeing when I was racing. Drop down to the left. Didn't make the apex as much as I'd wanted. Went to the right of the track. Again going to the right. Braking. Keeping it in. Brake a bit more. Down. A couple of gears going quite deep. As you can see there, just go over that curb and keep it going around, as you can see there. You can keep it flat through the second part of that corner. Here, bring it over to the right onto the exit, but don't go into oversteer there as I did. Braking just as the curb appears. We'll try and brake rather than just going full out. And made a bit of contact there with the 66 car. And they're still there, as you can see there, just behind me. Do they get the job done? They might get the job done through the very long back straight, or here as I go wide there. And as you can see, the 66 car just gaining there, went to the left and is indeed past me, I think. Yeah, there he goes. I actually get past him, but then go super wide, very deep, and he is just past me and gone. Still in 34th position though. I don't know. Oh wait, I will be in 35th position now actually. There we go after he updates. And again here, just normal, keeping it on the track. And I think that's when the number 17 car came into the pits. I don't know whether it was to retire, I don't know. But there's certainly no car behind me that's racing at the moment, so I think they were next to retire. Going wide there as well, hitting one of the boards there as well. Keeping it on the track there. At this stage, I was kind of worried about that front right tyre, if it was going to puncture and me having to come into the pits. So I was trying to lessen the load of the tyre. But as you will see, I didn't do that at all. I kept going. Not really much to commentate about the rest of this race now, because this was literally just me, just trying to keep the car on the track. Just not doing anything stupid, just making sure I finish the race and get some points to my name. Because my mentality was just like, I don't care if I'm at the back. I'm just here to race and have fun, you know. If I'm at the back, I'm at the back. I'll just drive the car and get it to the end, basically. Get points. Or try to get points if I can. Let everyone in front of me retire and stuff, so in the table they will finish behind me. And as a result, I will basically finish higher than them, even though I finished last on track. Excuse me. But yeah, that was basically the mentality for me during the race. Number 29 car there that actually shat in the race, which is not allowed. And he gets a drive-through penalty for that. And I could see him, as I was going down the back straight once, I could see him come into the pits. I think he might get the penalty in a minute. We should see the message. Where is the number 29 car at the moment? They are currently in. Yeah, there you go. The 29 car. Where are they? P29 in 31st position. So I think they try and do the drive-through penalty on this lap. As you can see, they're coming into the pits now, and I could see them. But then, when they come out of the pits, they still had their drive-through penalty. So they may have been given it as they entered the pits. So I was here with the 29 car. And I thought he'd finished his drive-through penalty, going wide there, which I shouldn't have done. But then as we went through the start-finish straight for the next lap, he came in, and I was just like, okay, he's doing a pit stop. But then I saw a message, entered the pit lane to finish his penalty, basically, which I was surprised to see, because I was like thinking he's already done his penalty. I wasn't thinking too much of that though as I was racing. I just wanted to keep my mind focused on the track. Just being consistent, really. Not trying to make too many mistakes. As you can see, the number 29 car just, going. The number 17 car's actually stopped in the pits, so I don't know what he's doing. Heavy braking zone there for the hairpin. And now going down to the very difficult braking zone of the right-hander before the chicane. I've got to admit, the more heavier your car with fuel, the more difficult that downhill braking into the right-hander is. Because gravity, you're going to be carrying a bit more speed downhill there. So you're going to have to brake a lot harder, and if you're putting too much load on the tyres, you could maybe get into a bit of a lockup. I can't actually remember if the FXO has traction control, not traction control, if it has ABS or not. And as you can see there in the background, the 29 car came in to serve their penalty. And at this point, yeah, and as you can see there, I saw that message and I was just like, oh, so he came in for his penalty. So I was a bit confused at this point, but as I said, I just kept concentrating really, putting in consistent laps, which are apparently 2 minutes. And as I said, this is when I was kind of really debating whether I should come in to change tyres, because the front right, was not looking good from the tyre graphics. It was still green, but it was kind of like it was kind of like a darker green than like a very lime green, if you see what I mean. So it was still good to race with, but it wasn't the best conditioned tyre to race on. So we have about 6 or 5 laps remaining. 6 laps. Hold on. Yeah, about 6 laps to go. As you can see there, just me getting onto the grass. The 29 car is actually trying to chase me down again, and I think actually he does overtake me towards the end. As you can see there, understeer, getting onto the grass. That's what I meant about the car. At some points just going super quick into the corner, just causing understeer and not making it. Again, going through turn 1 clean. To the right of the track, drop down a gear, hug it into the left, get the apex, which I get a little bit there. Not as much though. Bring it round back to the right, keep it on the right, swing it in, literally punch the brake, but not by a lot. Use all the width on the exit there, bring it into the left, don't go deep like I just did. Bring it round to the right, keep it on the curb, then go out to the left of the track, bring it back in. Good line you can take, bring it out to the right there, go to the left, see if you can mount the curb, as it might actually help you a bit on exit, but don't go flat out through the corner. Lift up a little bit here. I don't really know what the best line was to take. I was seeing that most people were just braking straight, but I was thinking maybe turning right a little bit just to open up the corner a bit more. I don't know if that was maybe the best line to take. Going through the right-hander here. And into the Deathly Chicane. I'm going to call it that from now on. But I don't actually think we had any more incidents for the rest of this race. I think it was relatively clean. Again, down the long back straight, braking. Going through the left-hander there. Mounting the grass a little bit. Power down to the max. And as we approach turn 1, braking, getting it into the apex, which is okay. And then round here, bring it into the apex. And then round to the right. Brake, bring it into the left, hit the apex, which I actually do quite nicely there. And keep it within the track, which is actually a pretty good corner. Bring it into the left. There you go. Then round to the right. All the way to the left. And bring it back into the right. Flat out. Again here. Go to the left. If you can, try and mount the curb. And then hit the curb on the inside. And that was a better exit than last time, but still not the best. And as you can see here, me taking that wide line and hoping to open up the corner a bit more. Braking to the right. Good. Again, hugging the apexes in the chicane. A little bit of oversteer, but still good. And then coming up towards one of the hardest braking zones on the circuit. I was in 4th gear, so I dropped down a couple of gears to get to gear 2. And I just found that gear gave me lots of traction through that corner. As I wanted to rotate the car a bit, and then at the same time have a bit of traction. I don't really want to short shift in this car, as that could have gave me a bit of engine damage. Again, did turn 1 quite nice. I think when I'm kind of like in the mental state of you know, just relaxing and just letting the flow of me take over the car, I think I make some of the corners a bit better, but I didn't do that corner as well as I'd have hoped to have done, actually. Going deep into that corner, going wide as well. Just tried not to think about it too much and just focus, but at this stage, my front right was kind of in the orange area now, so I was really thinking if I should come in. It was so tempting to, but I was just like thinking, well, I'm going to lose this race anyway, by the looks of it, so I just kept on going, and if I got a puncture, I'd come in, basically, just to see what I could have done if I just stayed out, you know, get a bit of data, you know, because that's all it's all about. The car 19 there getting a warning for causing unavoidable contact, which is basically they caused contact when they could have avoided it, basically. And the same thing goes for the car 87, I think that was. I can't even see it. I think it was the 87. So both of those cars get warnings. So you can see there, the car 17 is still just in the pits, not doing a single thing. Which might be me when I do the 6-hour race at the end of all of these sprint and feature races, because literally the last round is a 6-hour endurance race and I'm going to be taking part in it. And at the moment I have no teammate, so it could be a solo effort from me. A solo 6-hour drive. I would not in a million years be able to do an endurance race, a 6-hour endurance race on my own. Not unless I have about 5-minute breaks when I come into the pits. To go to the loo, have a bit of food. Yeah, still searching for a teammate. My cousin plays this game, and I texted him to see if he wanted to join in. Currently haven't got a response, which I understand because it's not until the 19th of December, I don't think. So that's fine. Number 29 car though, catching me. I think he's quicker by possibly about 1 point something seconds faster than me a lap. I think he gets me next lap. At this stage I was like seriously considering about coming into the pits, because I think there was some point throughout the car where my front right just died on me. But I still kept going. I trooped on. The car 29, as you can see, gaining on me and just gets past me. I tried everything I could to try and keep him at bay, but he was just too quick for me. Apparently a car in front retired, so I am now in P34 after the time thing updates to register that the 29 car has got past me. And as you can see, they're just going deep because, yeah, the front right tyre was just dead at this point. So at this stage I just tried everything I could to just try and lessen the load of that front right tyre, just seeing if I could just possibly, you know, get it to the end, because at this stage I was about 90% considering about coming into the pits to get a change of tyres. But the thing is that I was just like thinking, this is just one tyre. All my other tyres are fine. The back tyres weren't even green. So I decided to keep going. 3 tyres is better than 1 tyre, I guess. Leaders on their final lap. As you can see, the 29 car has just stormed off. See the leaders there behind me going through the chicane. And at this point, just going into the final lap, instead of racing the car, I just drove it because, yeah, that front right tyre was just gone, you know. No grip through the left-hander, so I just slowed down more than I needed to and just made sure that I got it through. So there we go. There's me across the line to start my final lap. The number 13 car finishes and wins the race, followed by the number 14 car of Isaac Price, followed on by, let's get some of the other racers, number 88 Sean Lee, and then the number 18, number 19 car, number 42 car, followed by the number 43 car, and the number 80, number 30, then number 86, then number 25, number 87, number 34, number 99, and then number 50. Then the number 47, number 24, number 23, and number 96. Then the number 98, 69 and 26. Then the 27, 39, 44, 46, 67, 4th, and then 31. Number 14 car, Isaac Price, finishing 5 seconds after the leader. Then the number 73 in 30th place. Then the number 16, and then the number 66. And then the car that overtook me should be finishing soon, even though it says that I'm in 33rd position, which is not the correct position number I should be in. Cut that corner a little bit. I don't actually know why I did that. Okay, I don't actually know where the car in front is. As you can see there. There we go, there's the number 29 car. And then there's me coming across to take 34th position for the last race. So, lost 4 positions, which isn't an ideal race, but as I said, my head was just saying to just, you know, have fun, drive the race, don't care if you come last, which is what I did. And I had fun during both races. Apparently some cars actually ran out of fuel on that lap, which was quite funny to see, but luckily I did fuel my car up enough to get me to the end, and here I was just driving because I was actually surprised that my front right tyre didn't actually pop. So yeah, I just at this rate just slowed down a lot, as you should do on your in lap, and just kept the car in one piece going into the pits. Because again, same principle as the first race. The first 3 drivers, so position 1, 2 and 3, go on to the start finish straight as a sort of like podium thing, and everyone else into the pits. And again, I had another interview with Sim Broadcasts. I think it was when I was entering the pits. And as you can see there, the Gum Garage car of me, the number 20. And that is basically the entire TBO challenge event, round 1. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you would like me to do this for the other rounds, because there are a few more rounds to go. No idea what I'll do for the 6-hour endurance race, if I ever do a replay of that. Probably not do one. And as you can see there, just bring it into the pits. And that was the end of the race. So, why have I just gone in? I don't want to do that. There we go. So I hope you guys did enjoy that stream. I'm going to go now, so I hope you enjoyed my driving. That was basically me commentating over my race. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. But until then, take care and peace out.